pack, my name is Vahlkor and welcome to Dauntless. Now today we're going to be talking about the new patch 02.6 that just arrived, and we're going to be talking specifically about the new changes to the hammer. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out the links in the description where you can find our Twitter, our Discord channel, and above all guys, if you're not part of the Wolfpack, hit that subscribe button. So first things first guys, we are back here in Dauntless and we can see we have 3 different types of bullets in our hammer, and you might be thinking, what is that? Well, basically, if you read the patch notes, they say that they reworked how the hammer reload meter works, and they basically added a little bit more variety to it. And you can see in the bullets, we have blue bullets, which they do more damage, is a damage boost to your bullets. Then you have the yellow bullets, which is going to be default bullet damage, and you got also red bullets, which means that whenever you fail doing a reload, you're going to get a damage reduced type of bullets. So this is very interesting guys, because this is actually going to incentivize players to actually take advantage of the reload, active reload mechanic. Because I noticed that even I did this when I was playing and I was in the middle of battle. When I reload the hammer, I just let it go to like the end and just get, you know, the damage that I needed. But now it actually incentivizes players to actually use the active reload meter so you can get a boost in damage with your blue bullets. If you don't, you're gonna have normal damage, and if you actually fail, then on top of actually getting hit by the behemoth, which could be a big possibility, you'll have reduced damage, which is, you know, who wants reduced damage? So the way it works guys is I'm actually gonna show you. Basically, let me go ahead and kind of like just shoot out. So basically you shoot out, you're gonna reload, and if you get it perfect, you see that you get a blue bullet. Now if you actually use your combo and you reload and you let it go, you get yellow damage, as I explained. And if you actually fail the reload, you'll get the red damage. Like I said, incentivize the player to actually pay attention to it and actually use the mechanic. And the way it could work is you'll be doing your damage, you'll be doing your combos. You're gonna want to have the big bullets, so whenever you do this and you actually do your burst, you can actually have all those bullets doing a lot of damage, which is actually very cool. Like I can't even begin to say like how cool is this, because it actually adds some more variety. I actually went to do like a Rogue National just to try this out, and it turned out to be pretty cool. So another cool thing that they add with the hammer is the actual roll attack. So you have a roll and you can go ahead and do your kind of like a stab, and it kind of feels like it's a little bit faster, although before you could actually do this anyways, but now it acts as an actual first attack, like similar to the sword where you can actually continue your combo. But one thing that I actually found that is a little bit weird is that you cannot change your combo with the hammer. Like you do your roll and you attack, but then you can do, you can start your combo, you can go ahead and attack, but then you cannot change the chain that you're doing. You're always going to be doing horizontal strike. Is it horizontal hammers? There you go, horizontal hammers, which is kind of weird. Like I want to be able to just change to the, the upper hammers or the other ones. Like it really depends on the situation, because this one takes a lot of time to actually complete, and I don't know, it feels like it's a little clunky. But I mean, it's an upgrade for sure. Like it's definitely better than just waiting to get to the actual attacking stance that you used before. Because before you do this and then you have your first like normal, no, not that one. You have like your first kind of like downward attack once you roll. It will be kind of like this. So that actually makes it a little bit more fluid to have this little like kind of like stab. However, I just don't think it feels as smart as, with the sword where you can change your combos. With the hammer you actually can't. You're stuck with horizontal strike, which is not really, I mean, it's the best damage dealer, but it's not really kind of practical depending on the times that you have to actually be able to punish the behemoth. Other than that, I don't think I found any other things with the hammer. I tried to do the roll and the right click, seems to be the same as it was before, so I'm not sure if that actually is a little bit faster. I don't have footage from previous hammer to actually kind of like see if it was the same. But I actually think the addition to the meter, the reload mechanic is actually better. I think it makes it a little bit more fun to play with, and it incentivizes the players to actually, use the mechanic, which is what I think they're going for. Like the hammers were kind of like weak in the end game, and hopefully this damage boost that they're getting on the bullets is good enough to actually make it a viable weapon end game. Hopefully it definitely does, because the hammer itself is a pretty fun weapon. One more thing they added with the hammer is that they actually fixed the way the special meter combos work. Like once you do the final blast, it'll do the correct damage with the amount of shells that you got in your actual casing, I guess, in your actual reload. So hopefully this will mean that whenever you have all 4 of those blue bullets, you're gonna do a lot of damage, and when you have a combination of them, then you're gonna do not as much, and if you got all red, then you're not doing anything like very important. So hopefully all these changes translate into the hammer being more viable in game, doing a lot more damage in game. And like I said, I'm really excited to kind of like play with this and see how it changes the way I'm actually fighting the behemoth, because like I said before, I could just let the reload go all the way through, and then, you know, I'll have the same amount of damage as if I just had an active reload. Now the active reload incentivizes you to do it just because of the fact that you'll get a chance to do more damage and obviously reload faster, which is the main thing about this. Also, when you look through your weapons, specifically your hammer, when you look through it and you see in the corner here, they have added kind of like the blunt power, which is kind of like a different type of damage that this specific weapon will do. And this is something they talked about when they were talking about the revisiting combat, and, you know, kind of like explaining to us what they plan to do with it and stuff like that. And basically what it all said is that they are looking into having different types of weapon damage depending on the weapon that you're using, and as they might not be doing too much of a difference right now in the game, as the game development goes on, we have different kinds of weapon. Certain parts might be affected or more vulnerable to certain types of damage, which could potentially make for more variations of team comps. And I know this is a hammer video, but I kind of wanted to talk about this just to mention it, because I noticed this in the game. I noticed it said blunt power. I didn't notice that before. I'm not sure that that's been there, but that's something that's worth talking about, because let's say that, in my opinion, what could this kind of like tells me is that they are trying to specify weapons for specific jobs. Like if you want to break a face, it might be better to use a blunt weapon. That's just an example. I'm not sure how it's working right now, but kind of like goes along those lines. And I remember being able to cut tails with the hammer. Probably that's something that might go away if we see that the hammer is doing only blunt damage. Maybe that instead of actually cutting weapons, cutting tails, you might be able to, you know, smash faces and break bodies instead. But it's something definitely that's very cool and adds to the variation of the game, because if you want to target a specific part of the body that you want, you might want to be using the actual weapon that is going to be more powerful against that specific body part that you want to break, whether it be cutting tails with a sword or a chain blades or the axe, or whether it be just smashing behemoth faces with a hammer. And they also talk about piercing damage, which to me, if we look back at the Far Hunter's picture, it looks like he's wearing a spear or a lance of a type. So it looks like piercing damage might be something that they'll be looking into. Piercing damage could be something like it attacks the specific part of a behemoth to break it faster or something like that, or just goes through the behemoth and do damage inside the body or something. I mean, it could mean a lot of things. But another thing that has me interested about piercing damage is that typically bows and arrows do piercing damage. So hopefully this means that we're gonna be having a bow or something in the game. I mean, that's something that I'm very looking forward to. But anyways, I don't want to go too much off the topic of, you know, the different types of damage and stuff like that. If you guys want me to talk about it, let me know in the comment section down below if you want to make kind of like a speculation video of the damage types and stuff like that. But anyways, I think I covered everything I wanted to cover, and that's why I'm gonna end today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I kind of wanted to try out the hammer. When I saw this last night, I was like, oh my god, I need to play this. I need to try the new hammer things, because like I said, the hammer is a fun weapon. I just didn't feel too attracted to it. I mean, it was fun to play with. It just felt like, it was okay. But now with this kind of like reload mechanic being different, and, you know, having the new dodge attack with it, I think it's gonna be definitely pretty fun to try out. And I just can't wait. Let me know what your thoughts are about this new changes to the hammer. Do you think they're good enough? Do you think it's still not good enough, or are you expecting more? Let me know in your thoughts in the comment section down below. And remember guys, check out the links in the description for the giveaway this month. We're going to be giving away a beta code for Dauntless. If you want to get into the game, you haven't been able to get into the game, make sure to check that out. We only have a couple more days, so hopefully you guys enjoy that too. And as always guys, I've been Vahlkor, and I'll see you next time.